questions about the book, or just, you know, how we were going to do anything?
How long did it take you to write this book?
Say it again.
How long did it take you to write this book?
Oh wow, so that was an interesting process. I have to give, oh yeah, let's switch it. Because I definitely want to give a shout out. So, to write the book, I have a coach. Her name is Jasmine Womack, right? It's the Author Made Easy Boot Camp. So shout out to Jasmine. I love you, I love you, love you. Dr. Boyce and Miss Tanya. Like, they are an awesome team. And so I'm a part of this Author Made Easy Boot Camp. And my best friend passed away last year, who I told I was going to write the book. She kept telling me to. And I was like, I'm going to get it. So my birthday, she and I will always go to the beach and just kind of hang out. So every weekend in November, I just went to the beach. I spent the night at the beach every Saturday night. And I wrote my book in 4 weekends. I checked in Saturday night, I checked out on Sunday, and I wrote my book in 4 weekends. You know, of course with Nadine, you know, just hearing her voice like, Key, what are you gonna do? When you gonna write your book? Key, when you gonna get it done? And I had been writing for years, and I just never published anything. So finally, last year, prior to her leaving us, she was like, Key, when you gonna get that book done? When you gonna take care of that book? And I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I got it. And I just felt like my birthday month was just it. And so 4 weekends, I wrote it in 4 weekends. So the question was, I'm sorry if you guys did not hear it, it was how long did it take me to write the book? So I wrote it in 4 weekends. I checked into a hotel on Saturday, checked out on Sunday, and in those 4 weekends in November, the book was completed. The process with Author Made Easy Boot Camp and Jasmine Womack and her entire team. Again, shout out to you, Jasmine. I don't know if you're on or not, but if you are, thank you, thank you, thank you. And because of Jasmine, I was able to pump it out because of her framework that she has set up to be able to write books for anyone who wants to write a book, a nonfiction book. She's a great coach. She has great tools to help you be able to get that done. So again, shout out to Jasmine and the team at Author Made Easy Boot Camp. And so yeah, 4 weekends and I was done.
Great question. Any other questions? Yes.
I don't have a question, but I do have a compliment. Before I came, I just want to let you know I started reading my book, and it's very easy to read, and I like a lot of the terminology of some of the words that you use in the book, like knock, 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 and shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's really good, and I encourage every one of you here, if you have time, to sit down and take some time to read the book. So far, excellent job, Kesha.
Thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Yes.
Could you, in reference to a lot of input from you and your mom about how difficult it was to be part of your brother being incarcerated?
Yes.
Did you get any input from your brothers while they were incarcerated as to how they were doing in the facility that they were in?
Yes.
Did they have an impact on you guys writing the book?
Absolutely. So the question was, did I get any input from my brothers while they were incarcerated, and did they have any input on the book? So first of all, they weren't excited about the book at first because they weren't sure what I was going to say. But once they realized I only referenced the experience that me and my mother was having on the outside, and I did reference some of the things that they had gone through. In the book, I referenced some of the things that they had gone through leading up to their incarceration. So they were okay with me telling that information. And then I really spoke about my mom and I and our journey of having to deal with them being incarcerated and being incarcerated for so long, because they were gone for quite some time. Yes.
How old were you when they were
So when they were incarcerated for the 8 years and the 12 years, because that wasn't the first time they were incarcerated, that was just a long time they were incarcerated. And the question was, how old was I when they were incarcerated? I want to say I was in my early 20s. I was in my early 20s because I was out of high school, yes, but it was in my early 20s because my younger brother, we're 9 years apart. He was in high school. He was in high school. And actually, if you read the first part of the book, matter of fact, I am going to read that portion of the book for you guys. So this will lead us up to that. This is in the first chapter, page 3. Chapter 1. Knock, knock, knock. There was an aggressive knock at the door. Knock, 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 knock. No one who knew me came to my house unannounced, so it couldn't be anyone I knew. Knock, 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 knock. Again. They were knocking at the door like they were the police. I heard a voice saying, "Key, it's me. Open the door." It was my mom's voice, and I opened the door. She was upset. She had been crying, and she didn't know what to do. I said, "Mama, what's wrong? What's going on? What are you talking about?" She said, "Key, they arrested Bradley. There's nothing we can do." I said, "What happened? And why did they arrest him?" I replied. She said, "They said he was selling drugs, and when they tried to search him, he ran. The police said if he didn't have on those big-ass jeans and Timberland boots, he would have gotten away. We called to see if we can bail him out, and we were told he has to go to the magistrate." My mom began to talk about what we did wrong to make him decide to sell drugs. We were so caught up in the moment that we were blaming ourselves and taking responsibility for my brother's actions.
Wow.
That's the first mistake that we all make. We cannot take responsibility for somebody else's actions. Okay? By the time they turn 15 or 16 years old and start smelling themselves, that's all on them. That is not our responsibility. Excuse me. Not that it's not our responsibility, but we can't take their responsibility as ours. So let me correct myself, and I apologize about that. We can't take that on as ours as if we did something or we said something or it was our fault. Because that's the first thing we start doing, the self-blame game, my mother and I. What do we do? What could we have done differently? What should we have done? That was not our fault. It was nothing that we could do. That was a choice that they made. Things that they had seen in life where they should have said no and walked away because they both had promising futures. But instead of waiting for the long money, they wanted the quick money. And quick money got them in prison for a very long time.
Good. Thanks for sharing that. Wonderful opening to the story. Yes, yes. Yes.
Thank you. That's another great question. So the book can be purchased on my website at www.notyourjourneytotake.com. So again, the website is www.notyourjourneytotake.com.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Cheryl. As a mother, how did you get through the nights with your son being incarcerated?
Yes.
Prayer. Prayer. Prayer.
So the question was, how did my mom get through the night with my brothers being incarcerated? And what was your answer, Mom?
Prayer. Prayer. I got a good night's sleep.
Yes.
Yes, prayer.
Yes. Question.
Did we anticipate another book? Was
Yes.
another successor?
Yes, I am working on another book. The next book is going to be in reference to what's happening now. The book ends talking about the accomplishments that my brother have made since they've been home, because they're both home, successfully home. One has been home 11 years because his daughter is 10, and the other one has been home for 4 years. So I'm very excited about that. And my next book, this current book ends with the successes that they have and the things that they're doing. So the next book, when the journey continues, I'll get to talk about what my mom and I are doing since my brothers have been home, because they are no longer our primary focus anymore. We can finally focus on ourselves and put ourselves first. And so for many years we weren't doing that, but with the journey continuing, we get to focus on ourselves, have a little bit more vacations, have a little bit more fun, enjoy our friends and family a little bit more, instead of focusing on our weekends, not being able to participate in a lot because we have to go to the prison, right? And with having to go to the prison, you have to plan things around that. And I'm going to tell you, our drive can sometimes be so long that we would have an overnight stay. So we would go ahead and visit them the next day, and then we would come home the following day. Like, there's no set place on where they would send you when you go to prison. Like, there's no set place. They send you wherever there's a bed. So your family member can be 20 minutes away, or they can be 5 hours away. We've been there and done it all, from jails to prisons to federal prisons. Like, if you ask me, I could probably tell you all kinds of information about the prison system.
Yes. Great question.
Yes. So, were there any other questions? Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me, especially those of you who are online. I apologize about your time. I apologize for starting late because of our technical difficulties. However, I'm grateful and thankful that you are here and that you did join us. If you have any questions or want to know any information, you can always inbox me or DM me. If you want to purchase a book, you can go to www.notyourjourneytotake.com. However, I will say this. For the first 4 people that purchase the book online, I will be sending out a gift in addition to your book when I mail it out. So I want to thank you for that because we got started a little late. I didn't get a chance to, go through the messages as we were talking because I wanted to make sure I gave you guys all of the information that I had planned to share with you so that you will understand where I came from with this particular book, because I wanted you to know why I wrote it and the purpose for writing it. And this lovely lady right here, my mom, I wanted everybody to get a chance to meet her and her to have a chance to talk. So again, with the apologies about the delays, I will be able to see who purchased the book, and for the first 4 people that do purchase the book online, I will make sure that when you get your package, you also have a gift in there as well.
And you have the books available right now to purchase.
I do.
And I want to be the first one to purchase it.
I love it.
That sounds like a plan.
You're a great auntie.
Yes,
And I would like you to.
I got you. I can do that. I can do
And
that.
I noticed that you have a workbook with it.
I do.
Do you have workbooks here?
I did not.
Today? Okay. Well, we'll take the books today and do the workbook.
Okay, we can do that. All right. Well, I want to. Yeah, you go ahead, Mom. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yes.